Sissel? Yes? We never found out who you really were. That doesn't matter now. All I know is I'm truly glad I met you tonight. Thank you for everything. And I'm glad I met you, Detective. We're going to see each other again, right, Sissy? Right, Missile? That's right, we promise, little lady. Of course we will! I'll never forget you, no matter what happens. Here goes then. Good luck, friend. Oh boy, sure sounds like we're hitting the end game now, baby. This is it. These 12 seconds are lasting an eternity. I strive to think of a way to save Lynn and the little lady the whole time. But how can a ray of light, of hope, reach this far down into the deep sea? Before I can think of an answer, the 12 seconds are up. I like how the dude is just sitting here. He's not real. He wasn't like a person. I bet that big masked man did this. I'm gonna go bite him. You better not. You might break your teeth. The command room has lost power and is sinking. So I wonder what this masked man is gonna do. Let's talk to Detective Jowd. Was he like this before? Oh, I guess that means he doesn't have a core. That doesn't mean he's like a robot. Sorry for the wait, Detective Jowd. Who are you? Are you Sissel? Please excuse my appearance. I can't believe you made it here. How's Camilla? And what about Lynn? Well, it's kind of a long story. Have you heard of the Talking Head song, Once in a Lifetime? It's kind of like that. Tell Detective Jowd about everything that happened on the submarine near Noah. So the submarine is badly damaged? Why would he do that to his own submarine? I wish I knew. I know the answer to that one. Because he's afraid of my powers. How did you get here? You followed us? I didn't even notice. It's been 10 long years, Detective Jowd. Are you Yamil? So you remember me, do you? How could I possibly forget? So that's your real name, huh, Yamil? That's right. Well, those people on the Yanoa are calling you Sissel? That's just an alias I was using for my deal with them. I didn't see any need to tell them my real name. Could you do me a favor? Would you let me ask you some questions? I've been trying to find out my true identity all night. Sure, go ahead. I'm sure there's plenty we can still tell you, right, Detective Jowd? Right. What does Jowd know? 10 years ago, you were a top systems engineer, weren't you? Systems engineer? What's that? By the way, I'm a top Pomeranian, you know? Well, it's kind of hard to explain to a dog, but it's a person who's good at using computers. I like that he still decided to explain it to a dog. I don't mean to brag, but I was one of the best in the industry. That's how I got roped into joining that project. Project? What project? It was a project aimed at reorganizing the nation's top secret information. The goal was to build a new system using multidimensional programming theory. Okay, I was asked to join the project by agents of the government. Doesn't sound like something a top Pomeranian would know anything about. To me, it just sounded like another challenging job. It sounds a bit more than just challenging. However, this project was also the target of a secret plot. I bet you can imagine the kind of crime the nation's top secrets might attract. I never thought for the life of me I'd ever have to deal with spies. It's never made public, but every organization in the country moved in on this one. And then one day, the name of a certain programmer emerged as a suspect. I was the guy who built the core of the system. The police arrested you, and then that incident happened. He escaped from interrogation room and took little Lynn as a hostage. By the way, Detective Jowd, when was it that I was proven innocent? About 6 months after your death. I'm so sorry, Yamil. 10 years ago. My soul would split from my body and I lost everything. I was sealed in eternal darkness. I existed in this world, no question about that. but nobody noticed my presence. What good were my powers? They didn't help anyone. Not even the passage of time could heal my pain. In fact, it only made it worse. I don't think there was any correlation to the people that he was walking by. I wanted to disappear. But I wasn't even allowed to do that. The way Lynn described it is exactly right. Sinking slowly towards the bottom of an endless sea, an overwhelming feeling of loneliness and despair. And I wanted all of you to suffer what I was suffering. Yeah, but you could have been like an X-Men. And so that's why you murdered Alma. That's right. I wanted you to know what it was like to lose everything you cared about. I wanted you to feel the same pain I felt. What? It was the twisted wish of a mind poisoned by infinite loneliness. And then, as I was plotting my revenge, I had an idea. I came up with a plan to use these powers of mine to make a deal. There's something I just don't understand about that deal. I'm sure your powers would be very valuable to them. But what would you get out of the deal? A new life. Life? I asked them for two conditions. Number one was that they helped me with my revenge plot. And the second was a rebirth for me. Rebirth, a new beginning, eh? I didn't care if it was a fake life, an artificial life. I just wanted a physical receptacle for my soul, a name and identity, an everyday life. I wanted to grow old in a society that would accept me, and finally I wanted to die, surrounded by a loving family. That's the kind of life I asked them for. Completely man-made life. That's right, I knew I couldn't hope for anything more than that. To make it all come true, I knew it would take a lot of money and a lot of power. That's why I decided to ask a national government to help me. And their response in the end was betrayal. Yeah, we were there. They blew up the sub. They were making their moves much more carefully than I suspected. They sent spies to this country and researched my powers on their own. And they even figured out what Timsic was all about. And you had no idea they were doing all this? None at all. I was a fool. So then, why did they go to all the trouble of making a deal with you? Why didn't they just steal a hunk of the Timsic meteorite from the park? They couldn't. Huh? Well, I asked that question too. After the manipulator incidents, research was conducted in the country too. A report was submitted to the government about the source of the manipulator's power. Dancing onto the scene. By Inspector Cabanella and the old pigeon guy, eh? At first, the government didn't believe the report. But then they decided to put the park under surveillance, just in case. Okay, that's fair then. Surveillance, huh? Just looks like an ordinary peaceful park, but there are armed agents there at all times. Oh, are you armed? I really wanted him to pull out a gun. Don't tell me that odd leaflet guy is one of them. No, not him. He's just a plain old odd person. Okay. It would have been funny if he pulled out a gun, though. That park is like a silent battlefield on an international scale. So that's why they couldn't steal the Timsic meteorite. And lately, under the pretense of building a housing site, they've been working on a plan to destroy that park in order to secure the Timsic meteorite. So that's it, eh? Fake housing site, actually a secure lab. Makes sense. So the upshot of your grand deal was this, eh? Yeah, it's the ending I deserve. But at least there's one thing you must be happy about. What's that? You've managed to seal me away at the bottom of the sea forever. Well, shall we get started? Started with what? Bringing Detective Jowd back to life, of course. What? What good will that do now? But we promised. We promised Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla we'd save them. We can't do that without you, Detective Jowd. I've been guided by fate tonight to this place. I won't give up now. Alright, fine. Let's see where it leads us. Here we go then, back to 4 minutes before your death. Well, if, Yamil comes with us, he can just jump into his body. Are we already gone? So, where are we headed? Yeah, we're already out of the submarine. We are not headed anywhere, Detective. What? There's only enough fuel on board to launch us away, Detective. We will run out soon, and that will be our destination, Detective. What are you talking about? That would mean that you're trapped here too. He was a robot. By the way, I am not human, detective. He still looks like a fighting game character. He would be in Street Fighter. I am a remote-controlled robot detective. What? Your country's use of technology is just plain off. We get that a lot, detective. Why would you go to all this trouble to do this? That's nothing but a shell there. It's hardly a threat anymore. Commander Sith likes to provide against any possibility, no matter how small, detective. Did we get his name was Sith before? Possibility. What are you talking about? There's no need for you to know, detective. Ah, it's a gun! Now it is time to say goodbye, detective. In the end, your fate remains the same, it seems, detective. Grrr. Camilla, forgive me. Bang. It isn't over yet. It isn't? Remember what that big master man said? Any possibility, no matter how small. Possibility. In other words, there must be a chance here somewhere. The possibility of turning this situation around. Yamil, you are here. You are here right now. My missile isn't here, huh? What is it, detective? Look at Yamil's shell. There's no aura emanating from his body. Of course there isn't. The Temsec fragment is gone. Could this change in his shell give us some kind of leads? Guess we'll look at it. I'm him now! I don't know what happened. I figured it out. I know what this possibility, no matter how small it is, that they are afraid of. What is it? My time was perpetually stopped thanks to the power of Temsec. His body cycled between moments that separated his life and death. Right, but not anymore. The Temsec fragment has been taken away. Exactly, so what does that mean? I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore. The moment the Temsec fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse. So let's see, that means we can go back to 4 minutes before your death. But wait a minute, oh shit. Oh, exactly when is that death before the submarine? That's simple. We'll find out. Or, wait, oh shit. When we get there, let's move. It's gonna be better than the submarine, maybe? Better than the submarine? Better than the submarine? Cooler than the submarine? They're fading to black, it's not the submarine? I fell back through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever, and then I saw it, the final death at the end of this long night. Who exactly am I? I've already seen all the clues. All I have to do now is remember. The final journey to the truth starts now. It's not gonna be the submarine? Is this it? What chapter is this now? I kind of lost track. Things were moving along. It's the final chapter. Let's go. Final chapter. Let's go. It's not gonna be the submarine. When was Emil's death? It was 10 years ago when the Temsec meteorite fell. We traveled back through time, and now we're here at the scene of that death, the start of all of this about to replay itself. Let's go! Look how pretty the park is. Oh, a little child! It's ready! I absolutely still have no idea what that is. I also expected this to take place at night in the snow for some reason. I think because the flashback was black and white. Give it up. Do you really think you can outrun me? Now just calm down and drop that weapon. Stay back. If you come any closer, I'll shoot her. Huh? Oh, a kitten. Shoot, you might get hurt. get distracted by a cat. Also, look how pretty that meteorite is when we don't see it. I think it was actually sepia tone. It was the flashbacks. But, you know, the point still stands. It made me think that it was like the middle of winter. Is Missile with us at all? Because I see that that lamp is in the shape of the, I forgot the name of it, the mascot. Are you okay? You're all right now. Are you hurt? You saved me, mister. I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you. What are you saying? What's your job, mister? Me, I'm a police detective. So that's the Timsic meteorite, eh? It's beautiful, looking at it from this angle. It changed all of our fates completely. We can't stop Timsic from falling from the sky, but we might be able to protect you from that fragment and save your life. I don't know. What's the matter, Detective Jowd? To be perfectly honest, I'm scared. If that meteorite fragment doesn't get him, I'm pretty sure I would have shot him. But then he wouldn't be a ghost at least. We might not be able to change your fate of dying. I can accept that. What I did is inexcusable. No matter how the future might change, that fact will never go away. My fate is to die here, then I accept that. This will be our last battle against fate. Beyond that will be a new future. Okay, let's get started. Missile's here, let's go. Well, the lamp that the meteor hit was the same shape, so instead of hitting the lamp, yeah, we have Missile with us. Now, how are we gonna save you? If Lynn would just wander off somewhere, that would solve everything. When her sweet potato, that's a sweet potato? Sweet potato is almost ready, ha. When her sweet potato is almost ready, ha, she's not gonna budge from that spot. But you know, it makes me wonder, a little girl all alone in the park listening to music and roasting a sweet potato. What kind of childhood did this girl have? Doesn't everyone have at least one day in their life like that? Give her a break. Anyway, if Lynn won't budge from that spot, then we'll just have to have the fragment move instead. Missile. Damn. Okay, can I get... I can't even be anything? As soon as she moves, I can move, I guess. I mean, we probably have to do all this while the standoff is happening. Roasted sweet potato. Turn up the headphones. The sweet potato! What are you doing? You're gonna hurt poor Miss Lynn's ears. We get like the best future, except Lynn is deaf now. I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. You really startled her. You even made her drop her sweet potato. I know how much this girl loves her food too. Anyway, at least her fate has changed, albeit ever so slightly. Good enough, apparently. I've killed her. I would love it if that, timer wasn't in my way. Okay, so I have that up there. Alright, this nozzle can't be moved, so we are just... It's really close. Can I do... I got it, actually. No. If... I don't got it. Damn it. I was thinking that maybe if I could have had the, Could I have become the potato? Well, even if I was the potato... Oh, look at that sweet potato. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. That big scary sweet potato. That's not a sweet potato, Missile. That's Mino. Oh, right, of course. But look at them, the Potato and Mino. Right now, they both have the same shape. So you're saying you could swap them, huh? Good idea, Missile. Okay, here I go, and I'm gonna need your help. My help? I know. How do I help? I can't move. If I rock this, can I make it fall? Nope. Because the other one's a nozzle too, right? I can't swap these nozzles. I need this nozzle to move. If only other Sissel would help. I think I missed something here. I don't think something's gonna magically happen in the last second. I think I need to be that potato when it starts to move. If I can, actually, I should be able to. I think trying to time that was a mistake. Yeah, I think that's all I needed to do. Let's just go back. I think I might be able to have time to do that again with the other nozzle, potentially. But I think we should be able to do it all in one go here. I just have to time this spray a bit better. Okay, close one I almost didn't have. Okay, that's a lot simpler. Missile, I believe in you. Well, I mean, we can switch this. What does that help us with, though? This is what we want to do. Oh, look, the lamppost is bending. But it hasn't broken yet. It really is a wonder it hasn't snapped. It just might hold out for a little while longer. If I recall, the Temsec fragment smashed through the glass lantern on its way down. But if Mino sits firmly in its way, then fate should change. I have the potato left. I don't love that we're still here. I don't think we can really go anywhere. I mean, Missile can. There's the sweet potato. If I become light, nothing happens. Okay, yeah, I don't think there's anything for us to do but wait it out. No, don't want to do that. Yeah, let's just wait it out and see what happens. What if we swap their guns? That cat's still there. About time for the meteor to come down. Don't worry, Missile, I think we're ready for it. Look what's right in the fragment's path. Oh, yeah, we are just waiting. Okay, that giant sweet potato. If anything can get in the way, that ugly monster can. Ouch. Anyway, now the fragment's path ought to change. There, how's that? Look, the fragment's course. It changed a little. Now Yomiel's fate should really change. Wait a minute. Take another look at the fragment's trajectory. Now that it's changed, what's in its path? Oh, I thought my Sissel was talking. No! It was, Yomiel. Right in the leg. Detective Jowd! The Temsec fragment shot through his leg. What? The cruel twist of fate weren't over yet. No. Come on. Put it down. Huh? Jowd, put the gun down now. If you don't, you're gonna shoot him. I don't know if it's his detective training or what. Even though he's shaking from the pain, the gun doesn't waver. Put the gun down! No! I knew it. This is my true fate. In the end, I stole his life away with my own hands. I won't let that happen! Missile, the bullet is stopped in midair. I'm here inside the bullet. Now let's swap it with something. What? With what? Detective Jowd, the meteorite fragment is what made you pull the trigger. We won't let you become a murderer. Huh. We have to prove that murder isn't the detective's true fate. And to do that, we have to stop this bullet. There must be something with the same shape as a bullet around here. Potato! That's why it was shaped like that. Did he get stabbed? Oh no, we stopped the bullet, but we still couldn't save him. That's not true. My fate of getting pierced through the back might not have changed, but I'm still alive. What? I'm not dead, I'm just unconscious. Okay, so your fate of death has changed, but still, this fate is just too painful to watch in every sense. I don't think so. As long as I'm alive, that's good enough for me. But we were overlooking one thing. The wheels of fate was still slowly turning. Look out! Wake up, you gotta get out of there! Damn it, my leg won't work. It's all over, we're out of time, Miss Lynn! It's not over yet, but there isn't anything else to swap with. Why don't we just let it play out and then try to find another way next time? Even if she dies, all you have to do is possess her corpse, and then you can redo her last 4 minutes as many times as it takes. No, I won't do that. Why not? Don't want to let a child die. Sure, the fact of her death would be erased, but her memory of it would remain, like a scar on her psyche. I won't let that happen. Not if I can help it. But what can we do now? Even if we work together? You got an idea? I think there might be something that can be done. What is it? What can Sissel and I do? Don't forget, I'm here too. Ugh. With 3 kinds of powers among us, we ought to be able to fight this battle. This battle against the fate of death. Yamil! Sissel, your power is manipulating objects. Use your power to manipulate this. Huh? I don't get it. Just trust me, let's go. Alright, I'll try to move there. Now gather your strength and make it spray as if your life depends on it. I'm dead though. In that case, make it spray as if your death depended on it. Give it your all, and remember, you'll only have a split second. Got it! I mashed that button as soon as you said split second, I got scared. Now, it's your turn, Missile. What, me? But what can I do? Think you know the answer to that. Okay, got it. You can swap them. Yeah, I do know the answer to that. That hunk of concrete will go back to its original position. But even if I swap them, it'll still be right above Miss Lynn. Don't worry. Huh. Okay, I'll do it. I'll swap them. It'll give us time at least. Good thing that lantern didn't fall on her. It's no use. We can't stop that horrible Mino. What can we do now? I don't see how gaining a second or two helped. Oh, it helped all right. Those few seconds were exactly what I wanted. Last up, it's my turn. Your turn. Him. You know what my power is, right? I can manipulate living creatures. Wait a minute, you mean... That's right, I'm gonna save that little girl. Save her by manipulating my own unconscious body. Yupow! Look how sick that was. Go! Oh! Ye gods. He might be okay. I mean, I don't think his legs are okay, but the rest of him might be okay. Oh, you're awake. He blamed himself for the meteorite killing him before. You don't think Jowd would still blame himself? I mean, I'm gonna assume Emil's not dead right now. Hey, mister, is your knee okay? Oh, it'll be fine. It's just a scrape. I'm lucky it wasn't a fatal hit, but the main thing is that you're not hurt. You saved me, mister? I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you. What's your job, mister? Me, I'm a police detective. Do you think you could go call the police for me? I think you could do it quicker than I could. But... What's that? This is a detective's badge. This is a detective's badge. We give them to children who've been very brave. A detective's badge? Thanks! Okay, you know what to do, little detective. Are you alive? Yeah, sadly. Hang on, help is coming. What made you do such a reckless thing? To be perfectly honest, I don't really know. When I came to, my body was already moving all by itself. It was as if somebody else was controlling me. I see. But, you know, I'm glad it happened. Hey, mister. I found this kitten, it was over there. Come to think of it, I just saw it a few minutes ago. It's probably a stray. It's kind of limp, is it okay? Oh, they couldn't save the cat? We gotta rewind time to save the cat. I don't know, I think it's unconscious. That's funny, doesn't look like it's injured or anything. Poor little kitty. How about if I take it to my house and look after it? Would you like to come home with me, little kitty? Well, looks like his fate just changed in a big way. Whose fate? That kitten's, of course. Sissel's. Sissel? The name Sissel echoes in my head. That's my real name. These long, lonely 10 years. You were my one and only friend. How about it? Do you remember now? Old friend. Oh! I think I finally remember. 10 years ago, I was a little kitten that wandered into this park. I was weak and all alone in the world. Somebody, please look at me. Oh, get out of here, cat. I'm paraphrasing what he said. We already heard what he said before. Somebody, please reach a hand out to me. Had just only died at the time. I lost everything, my life, my memory. My body wouldn't move anymore, but I still managed to reach out a hand to him. The next thing I knew, my soul had transferred to the black kitten. With no recollection of who I was, I lived as a cat with you for a while. Until he eventually went back for his body. After a while, the man regained his memory. I went back to being just a cat, and then the man got his body back. I took my body back from the morgue. There was somebody I just had to go see. Just one more time. I took control of my body and hurried to her house. But I was just a little too late. I had just missed her as she left this world. She left me a note that said, "I'm coming to you, Yamil." The man named me Sissel. It was the name of something important he had lost, along with his life. His fiancée. He told me about it once, but I didn't understand what it was. Those 10 years were very happy for me, but they weren't happy for the man, and there was nothing I could do for him. How does fiancé lose her life? What happened? For 10 years, I wandered through the darkness with no particular place to go. As time passed, my powers gradually changed. At first, I could only manipulate small creatures and objects, but then, after a while, I could manipulate people. That's when the darkness inside me deepened, and I started to get a little twisted. Just a little messed up. I wanted light. Distorted artificial light. When I got my revenge on Lin, I would see that light, or at least that's what I tried to believe. I left my old self buried in that junkyard and walked away. Black cat. I was possessing Cecil then. It wouldn't look very much like a murder if the corpse got up and walked away after all. So you borrowed the body of your old friend. Cecil was inside that bag I was carrying tonight. I had no intention of leaving my friend behind in the country when I left. But then, when I went to possess his body, I realized something horrible. What was that? Cecil there inside the bag was dead. What? The first shot. So she still ended up shooting Cecil. I wasn't able to control her completely. The first bullet didn't hit anything, or so I thought. But it did hit something, didn't it? It hit Cecil inside that bag. Yes, that's when I lost my life, right there in the presence of Timsic radiation. And that's when I got my powers of the dead, my ghost tricks. I think I understand it now. Why I was the only one who couldn't get his memories back. It was because I thought that corpse was me. It was the only corpse I could see at the time after all. But as it turns out, it wasn't the only dead body. My true death was hiding just behind that corpse. Now that I think about it, do you remember what you said? That you knew all along about me saving Lin tonight? If you knew, why didn't you try to stop me? It's simple. Because I couldn't, even if I wanted to. Huh? Why not? Remember the thing about individual differences in the powers we get? I can control all kinds of things, from the living to the dead. But even so, there are some things that you can do that I can't. You mean, I can't even rewind time, let alone change the fate of a death. If I could do those things, I would have saved your life. Not only that, but I never would have just let my fiancé stay dead like that. But you're here 10 years in the past now. That's thanks to your powers. I just tagged along with you. In any case, now the starting point of this entire tragedy has changed dramatically, altered fate. The fate of your death, the kitten Cecil's fate. And I can just bet you the fate of the woman you love has changed too. Yes, I believe you're right. So, this was the last fate to be averted, eh? Makes sense. Where it all began. So, I guess Cecil's fine. They're gonna take him home. They're gonna give him a milk soya meal. Looks like your plan for revenge ended in failure. Yes, and I'm glad too. Don't be, like, surprised. We already said that his fiancée might not die now, for some reason, I think. I kind of understand now what you've been feeling these 10 years. She understood. She shed tears for me. That's when my revenge was over. She saved me from the darkness. Well, I guess it's time that we go back. A new 10 years later was just born. Right, we should get back to our new present. Can't wait to see Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla again. So these past 10 years will now all vanish. Well, not completely. Huh. The memories of all of us here will remain, including the memory of what I did, my crime. That's the way this game of dead works, eh? Game of the dead. And no matter what the reason, there's no denying the fact that I took Lynn hostage and tried to point a gun at her. I have no intention of running away from that either. The most inexcusable crime in my new life. Hey, Sissel? Yes? When we go back, our fates will no longer be interconnected. It'll be like we never met. So before that happens, I just wanted to say one thing. Tonight, I stole away your life with my own hands. I'm truly sorry. Meow, meow, meow. I'm just a cat. That's already a thing of the lost past. Our fates have changed now, right, Emil? Thank you, Sissel. I'm so very glad I met you. Me too, Emil. Sissel? Are we ever gonna see each other again? I couldn't stand it if we weren't. Don't worry, Missile. I bet we'll see each other again someday. 10 years from now, our paths are sure to cross. We'll just have to wait until then. Sissel, I'll never forget you. I'll never forget you either, valiant little doggy. Well, it looks like you come to live with me now. So let's be getting home, little black cat. Home, huh? That sounds good, Detective Jowd. We all witnessed the birth of a new beginning, and now, we're each going back to our own new present. God, I love this game so much. We said goodbye to the parts of our stories that would be lost, believing that someday our paths would all cross again. So there's a lot of, like... Wait! Before you go back to the new present, I wanted to thank you. The lamp! Before I cease to exist. Oh, it's you! Yes, it is I, Ray, in case you have forgotten again. I kinda did! Thanks to you, everything has turned out as I had hoped. I'm really grateful to you, Cecil. Thank you. But don't forget, I was only on a journey to find my own lost memory. Yes, I know that. I know all about you. Can I ask you a question, Ray? I want to know. Who exactly are you? Fair enough, I will tell you. Let me tell you about another version of tonight's events. You changed the fates of many people tonight, the first of which was hers. If you had not been there for her tonight, her fate would have been to die in that lonely spot on the outskirts of town. If that had occurred, what do you suppose would have happened? Let me tell you a story. The story of a little creature. It was a rat! After they stole her life that night, they broke into her apartment. They stole a wooden box from the ceiling, hiding place, and left. And in the process, two little dead bodies were left behind. However, the little fellow's spirit lived on. He desperately reached out his paw towards his mistress, and that's when a miracle occurred. What? Look at that! The powers of the dead! But how? Sissel, not Yamil, was there. He didn't really understand it himself, not yet anyway. With all you know now, I bet you understand it, do you not? Hey, wait a minute. Got a little bit of that radiation, that's right. He died inside the aura of that strange energy. But unfortunately, with his meager powers, he was unable to save his little mistress. There just wasn't anything he could do with only the power to swap objects. He needed the power to manipulate objects in order to save the little lady. The little fellow chased after the men, but there still wasn't anything he could do. Jowd was already executed in prison because he couldn't get out. In the end, he was left behind with the man in the red in the deep, deep sea. And then he went back. He went back to the world of 10 years before, to the moment of the man in red's death. What? He decided to wait it out. He decided to wait until that night came again. And that's the other version of the story of this night. A story that has taken these 10 years to be retold. So that was you, huh? I wasn't lying when I said Lamp was the best character. That's right. I'm Missile. 10 years is a very long time in dog years. You couldn't change the fates of those people on your own, so you decided to wait those 10 years out. Exactly, and then that fateful night rolled around again. By this time I had grown old and my powers were weak, so I decided I needed to find somebody to help me this time around. Somebody who possessed different powers than me. But wait a second, you were able to manipulate that desk lamp. Over the course of the long years, my powers changed, my ability to swap objects weakened, but I became able to manipulate small objects. But in that case, why didn't you cooperate with yourself? Because I couldn't. Huh? From watching The Man in Red, I found out there were individual differences in our powers. I couldn't do any of the things he could do, like travel through the telephone lines, for example. What? It may not seem like much, but it's a very important power, especially if you're trying to chase somebody. But there's something I don't understand. You knew from the very beginning that I had that power. How did you know so much about me? Why wouldn't I? After all, we had met before, on that night the first time around. We what? We met before? From listening to the conversation of the two intruders to the apartment, I learned that Miss Lin had lost her life at the junkyard on the edge of town. I followed the Ghost World paths to the junkyard and came upon an incredible scene. Imagine, if you will, there in the darkness, a twisting and swiveling desk lamp. Made my first stand on end, I can tell you. That was me? So I was shot on that night the first time around as well. And I was just having fun being the lamp. You had lost your memory that time too. You had just died and you felt confused. You declined to cooperate with me. I did what? I just wanted to find my own lost memories. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. That's what you said. And you were able to see me go to the telephone, and then you disappeared, away over the telephone line. I'm really sorry I didn't help you. That's why I decided that this time, I would use that desire of yours to our mutual advantage. Mutual advantage? The only thing you were interested in was finding your own lost memory. If I could guide you along the right path, to doing that, we would both benefit. And namely, the right path would be the path to the Man in Red, to your meal. What? I gave you the information you needed to know to set you in the right direction. And then I gave you a time limit. A time limit? That's right, as you know, I said you only had until tomorrow morning. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have found out the truth tonight. And the Man in Red would have been sealed away at the bottom of the sea forever. If that had happened, it would have all been over. Then you mean that thing about ceasing to exist? Oh, that? Completely made up. A little naughty of me, I know. But I just wanted you to use your time wisely. Oh boy. Hate to admit it, but this little doggy really outsmarted me in every way. Let's just call it the wisdom that comes with age. And now it's time to say farewell. These past 10 years will cease to exist, and with them, so will I. Missile, I believed in you. I always knew you could do it, and so you did. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Missile. So you waited and waited these 10 long years. All for the sake of your two ladies. Lynn and Camilla, hi? Of course. Because that's what doggies do. Now then, farewell, Sissel. And so the story of a single night came to an end. Nobody but us knew what had really happened in this town tonight. I made my way back to a new present. Well, the good thing is no one has to be in that special prison either, because Yamil didn't do all that wacky stuff. Again, love this game. Huh? How come it's dark? I'll just turn on the lights here. Len, you ruined it! Ah, Sissel's here. Heh, were you surprised? You bet I was, you nearly scared me to death. Is it her birthday now? Yippee, it worked! But it's not even my birthday today. Okay, it was just like a test run. It was my mom's birthday the day before yesterday. I made this surprise for her, but it came out so well I wanted to use it again. Oh, okay. That's alright, Lynn. After all, we're celebrating the birth of your new position as detective, right? Really? Thank you, Detective Zhao. Dad, you're home! Hey, Camilla, let me introduce you. This is Lynn. She was just assigned to the detective division today. Do they need introductions? Hi, Camilla, it's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Lynn. Congratulations on becoming a detective. Huh? Is something wrong? You have one of those badges, too. Oh, this? Yeah. I have one just like it. My dad just gave it to me the other day. Well, yours looks a lot older than mine, though. Haha. How long are you gonna keep wearing that toy badge, Lynn? What's wrong with it? To me, this is a symbol of a real detective. It's been 10 years since then, hasn't it? Who would have guessed you'd actually become a detective one day? When you gave me this badge, I just knew. I knew it was my destiny somehow. Destiny, eh? And now that I'm a detective, I'll find out where that destiny will lead me. Haha, that you will, that you will. I thought everyone had their memories. Oh, hello, don't tell me you're that same little kitten. That's right, the very one. You know what? This is a very, very special cat. He's 10 years old, but he's still a kitten. Still a kitten? Yep, he never got any bigger or anything. Wow, what a mysterious little fella. I know, right? His name is Sissel. Sissel. Seems to me I've heard that name somewhere before. Where did they get the name Sissel from? I think Sissel likes you, Lynn. Aw, the mom's not dead. Alright everyone, let's start the celebration. Okay, Mom. They get to eat chicken. I bet you're just like me. Your destiny led you here somehow, too. Meow, 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 meow. And so we meet again, Sissel. From just that single night, as a human, I got a glimpse into their world, and I learned something. Their fates, their lives, they were all interconnected, somewhere, somehow, in some way. So did everyone else not really remember, or is it just a foggy memory? And now this is my new fate. Look at that plate of spaghetti. Guess I really am a cat. It suits me just fine to curl up and watch. Watch the strange and beautiful patterns of the world go by, I don't know, and it looks like I'll have plenty to watch here for quite a while. Didn't get that last line, didn't realize it was gonna go away. Love this game so much. I think they did a... So, there were a lot of hints to some aspects of it, obviously, and I wanted to kind of hold off on saying things. Happy birthday to our lovely Lynn. Oh, like I said, it isn't my birthday. Is Missile, like, his dog now? Hey, Missile, I thought I asked you to stay home and guard... Okay, no, it's Lynn's dog. But birthdays are for celebrating together with friends and loved ones. Nothing like it, baby. Ah, he gets the spaghetti. So, like, you kind of get the silly thing of, like, Sissel having memory loss and it being a bit too extreme where he doesn't know words like torpedo or, like, what prisons are, basically. And that comes off silly, but in the context of being an animal, there, how do you like that? Not bad, huh? But definitely not good. Maybe now I can be a great detective just like Inspector Cabanela. What kind of example is the inspector providing for his men? Especially, big hint is that, out of everyone that's died during this night, Missile's the only one that gets that kind of, like, I don't know what words mean kind of thing. Here's your food, gentlemen. Why do you work here now? Memory, what are you doing here? Is it your part-time? I heard you were going to be picking new members for the Special Investigation Unit today. So you took on a part-time job here again just so you could eavesdrop? Okay. I love how it's like such a ritzy restaurant. Oh, you have no idea the length I'd go to reach my goals. It's such a ritzy restaurant, but she's wearing like a McDonald's getup. It's so great. Obviously they showed the cat a couple times, but I think it would have been hard to like think that anything would come of it because the cat was alive. La la la, I've never cooked this way before. So exotic, so exciting. Turmeric, coriander, cumin, and fenugreek curry. That was a lot of words. Is this really necessary, this new curried chicken menu item? Oh, but our very best customer requested it. Now good luck with the taste testing. Oh boy, I don't think I could eat another bite. Just who exactly is this very best customer anyway? Right, because of curry. I like how he still wore stripes. Also, I guess the like, evil nation is just gonna kind of be doing their own thing. I guess the thing is, too, no one knows about the meteor's power now, because the only one that has it is a cat. Are you sure we really need all these explosives? Not to worry, Beauty, my dear. I followed the instructions exactly. 20 kilograms of gunpowder, just like it said. Are they in the safe? Where are they? Wait a minute, 20 kilograms? I thought it was 20 grams. They're dead. He's rich. Was that the safe of the chicken place? I'm so glad they decided to remake this game. I would imagine it probably isn't going to sell that well remade, but it's worth playing. So this is where you work, huh, Papa? That's right, sweetheart. Darling husband, don't you have any idea that all that you could give me? You must have heard some juicy stories, the indiscretion of a minister, perhaps? Now, must you talk that way in front of our darling angel? Here's to the stodgy mind of my darling husband. Right in the head. But replaying this was really fun. All the characters are fun. The puzzles, I think, are neat. I kind of was a little annoyed at some of the timing aspects, but it's fine. I think one of the trophies was for catching Emma. This deal is going quite well, I must say. Those grapes are great, delicious, really. The Yonoa is about to scrape the bottom of the sea, sir. Be forewarned, sir. Egad! Keep it together, man. Are you trying to give me a case of the vapors? I believe I nearly died of fright just now. Getting the chandelier to hit Lady Emma. I believe there's a trophy for doing that in 2 goes. So, like, that timing one is kind of fine, but it makes it seem like maybe there's more you have to do than just that. But for the most part, they were all pretty simple. Love, peace, and pigeons. Long live rock and roll. He finds the meteorite. Why did he, move on to the park, though? Yeah, rock out! Stop the park from charging admission! Protect the rights of those who live here! I was gonna say, without the knowledge of the meteorite's power, they probably wouldn't be doing anything with it, but who knows what the superintendent man is gonna do now. I honestly, I don't think there's any weak part of this game. I think it's so solid. Today's the day, you know, he's finally getting out. Oh, Emil? You know, everybody's starting to get real tired of seeing you do that. Then let me show you a new dance that's been passed down to our family for generations. We do this when we have a stomach ache. We call it Dance Away the Pain. Oh, I'm real interested in that one. Think you could show it to me, say, next week? You got it. In a week or something week. I didn't read that. You know, Yamil shouldn't still be in prison though, right? What would he still... Because he was found not guilty like 6 months afterwards. Does he have the memories? Is he gonna paint the cat? He looks so big with that coat. 10 long years, Emil. Your time's up today. The young lady who always comes to visit you is waiting outside. Why would he be in prison for 10 years? Thank you, Sissel. I'm guessing the young lady's his fiance, who I'm still a bit unclear on why she died. What a painting. Can I get that for my wall? And the whole family's together. But yeah, absolutely love this game. I really appreciate too they kept it like very close to the same art style. I'd say like super accurate to the art style. A lot of times I feel like remakes suffer from going a little off course, but this was like exactly how I remember it looking while playing it on my DS, and like that obviously had some problems with it being more pixelated because of the DS screen. This allows the art to be a lot slicker. The movements were fun. Like I said, every character is great, even the ones that are supposed to be annoying, like the park guy. And I appreciate too how they kind of switched stuff up around with like Missile's ability to swap items. Everyone got a happy ending. No one is in trouble now. The hitmen are still alive. They're probably killing people as we speak, but as long as we saved everyone we tried to save, we're good. So I don't know what the 5x5 puzzles are. I'm assuming it's just going to be like, here's objects that you have to work towards some kind of goal with. So I am curious to see those. We will try those out. I know oftentimes I kind of skip the like bonus. Oh, the rat! He was behind it all! Oftentimes I kind of skip the like new challenge mode stuff, but for like puzzles I'm kind of curious about it and I would love to play more. I doubt there's going to be any real story elements associated with it. I'm also really curious about what the this should unlock just about all of the art. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be mostly like portrait-related stuff, but I don't know why it was all hidden behind beating the game. And I do know there's some general like trophy achievements that I would have to go back to chapters to get. I think it's just stuff like doing missions without failing. One of them was at the park when we had to save the protesting guy, the leaflet man. You had to like move the ball away from a safe spot, so I think it was like a fail condition kind of thing, like how I made the guy in the van, I forgot his name, basically lose the wheel. Ah, that illustration makes sense. We got new backgrounds, new song. Shouldn't we have like a bunch of illustrations? Memories. Oh, all of these. Oh, and it like shows how they've switched when they've updated. We had like 15 of these. Alright, well that's neat that we can look at those. I never really... A lot of stuff we could actually read about that I never really looked into. Mainly, I just didn't think there was enough to really make it worth the illustrations. Oh, it's like all concept art stuff. Look how crazy he was gonna look. That's cute. I wonder if that was just something that wasn't used. Man, these are wacky designs. She looks so sad. What, was Miss Little Bulldog? They went, like, vastly different with some of these. I actually really like looking at this. Oftentimes, like, we'll see, like, minor changes. He was pretty generic Gumshoe. They made, Cabanela look a lot more scary, like he was actually behind stuff. Who were you? Were you, like, a mailman? Or were you the superintendent? Having you set up as, like, looking more like you were just a junkyard dude kind of makes sense. I wonder if the mailman was one of the hitmen. I like the... Why does the chef look like a fish? A lot of that too is like, that's like a very generic look. So they definitely made everyone look a lot better. Most of the like concept art looked like very like basic. Besides like Yamil was wild looking, but I'm glad they went with this design instead of giving him the goatee. That's a lot of stuff. It's not, I'm not gonna look through all of that, because that's a lot. And then we got the meteor. Okay, so none of it was what I thought we would get. Aw, Christmas! I can't read, so I don't know what any of that says. Great concepts. Alright, so then there's... Oh, it's not all 5x5, it's whatever. Again, don't know what those are, but we will give them a shot. As far as challenges go, we are only missing 7. I think one of them is for completing the challenges. Don't know what that is. Take aim and nail on the second try. Yeah, so I think that's the one where we have to do the chandelier thing. Failed by keeping the ball away from Mino, so probably has to do with moving the ball a different way. Avert fate without any deaths after the final fate change. I screwed that up. That was the switch the bullet with the mid cap. Failed by removing a large symbol. I would assume that has to do with moving Mino somewhere he's not supposed to be moved. And then complete all of the ghost puzzles. Which we will do next time on Ghost Trip.